right, y'all. That was crazy, right? So I tried to capture as much as I could on the drone for you, just to kind of paint the picture of what we're dealing with just right here on our property. Never seen anything like this. It's pretty crazy, to be honest with you. And yeah, now we gotta fix it. We gotta rebuild. That's all you could do, right? So want to definitely pray for everyone that was impacted by these two hurricanes, Helene and Milton. And I also want to take some time to give a shout out to my neighbor who he went above and beyond, just did an amazing job helping out the family and Uncle Jay until I could get back. Forever grateful. He got them set up with the generator and just did so much. So you know who you are. I haven't spoken to him about me saying his name or him being on camera, so I won't do any of that. But yeah, a first for us for sure. And just going to take y'all around so you can see in a little bit more detail just how crazy it truly was here, because the damage is real. So let's get to it. So I figured we'd start over here by Graceland because, well, overall, you know, debris and trash everywhere that we have to clean up. But during the hurricane, the roof caved in. All right, y'all, have to come around because the door got blocked. We're in the aviary, and as you can see, the roof, well, it didn't collapse or cave in. This one section, which is where I had their protection from like the elements, came down, and the weight of it coming down caused, you know, the roof essentially to give way, the shade cloth right here to give way. And you can see it's ripped here, it's ripped up there, ripped right there. So the good news is this should be an easy fix or easy repair. You know, I just have to reconnect this back up to the roof, get it all square again, which should be easy. But obviously this led to Elvis and Priscilla getting out. And so essentially what we've been saying for the past year or so, since we started sharing our journey on social media, has come true, which is we knew if they ever got out, that due to all the wild peacocks around here, there was a high likelihood that they would go, right? So originally they hopped up, flew out, and they were in this tree, and in the trees, this whole area back here, that's where they were. So I haven't personally seen them over there since I got home, but Uncle Jay in Egypt are adamant that that's where they are. So keeping a lookout or an eye out for them, obviously, and definitely hope that we could find them, because yeah, we as much as we want them to be free, our theory kind of came true, I believe, which is, you know, they're quickly going to go towards the sound of the other males and other females, right? Which there's a lot of wild ones around here. So this is something that y'all will see us fixing in the very near future here, so that we can, you know, get it safe for, you know, any type of fowl to be in here. But hopefully Elvis and Priscilla, you know, if we can find them and get them to return home in here. As we move this way, the shop was perfect, no damage at all. You know, it has withstood yet another hurricane, but the flag, as you can see up there, did get pretty wrapped around all of these darn branches and stuff. So gotta figure that out. Uh, just get my ladder, of course, and get it down. Make sure it's all good. Now, this is something that I'm very proud of, and Uncle Jay and my dad helped me build this. But hey, y'all, this chicken coop over there, man, the roof, that everything withstood the winds and the hurricane. Perfect. Chickens in there chilling. So that's a win for us on the property. And I'm pretty excited about that because, you know, Frankies House, which we'll get to, that chicken coop did amazing. It did amazing. And I knew that I overbuilt them. You know, when I think about the aviary, I knew that I should have made the roof stronger when I originally built it. But since building it, it's been through like three or four hurricanes that gave me like false courage because it withstood it. But obviously this one was a one of a kind. So now over here at the goat playground, as you can see, I'll need another shade cloth for over here. And then one of their little pedestals over there, I'm gonna have to fix up. And I'm gonna build them a brand new ramp because as you can see, this one's bent. It's seen better days. It's the one that's been over here since we built this goat playground. So gonna fix that. That's an easy fix or repair. The swing is doing good, so I feel good about that. So overall, goat playground did pretty well. I feel pretty good about the fix or repair over there. It's not going to take that long. A lot of branches and things that have fallen that we're going to have to get to. Not the end of the world, just a lot of tedious work. Like, you know, this tree right here. You see this tree right there is falling down on our fence. So we're going to have to get that taken care of. So, you know, just all of these little branches and stuff. Once again, tedious work, nothing crazy. You can see some of the damage back here. Essentially the same thing, right? We have a lot of down branches, We showed you this. This was from Helene with the, you know, big old branch that fell on top of Zeuss House. I hear you, I hear you. And then right over here in the goat shelter, which you could see on the drone footage earlier, we have a branch from the tree that fell down on it. So, you know, things like that to clean up. And yes, these boys are definitely ready for breeding season. So as soon as we get all of this, hey, what's up, Thor? What's going on, man? So as soon as we get everything repaired and fixed and all the branches and moss from over here, we'll definitely be moving the boys over so that they can be with their respective girls. So Mike will be with his girls and Oreo will be with his girls. For breeding season, we like to breed in October because that gives us babies in March, which for us is ideal. But we're not worried about them getting to the girls right now anyway because of this. So this is something else that you should have been able to see in the drone footage. But this whole side pasture next to Frankie's pen is flooded, and it was way worse. Towards the middle there, it's probably about 2 feet deep. And you could kind of see there's a cow over there in the water, and it's just about, that cow is probably standing in about a foot of water right now. So the water was pretty deep. This is 5 days later, so the water has started to recede and evaporate, but you could see that it was all the way up here, right? You can see where the water was. It was pretty deep, y'all, so we're not worried about the girls trying to get to the boys or the boys trying to get to the girls because they're all the way on the other side of the water. And if you know goats, you know they don't like water, so they're not about to cross over all this water to try to get to the boys anyway. But right here, you can see what used to be Zeuss's house. So the hurricane literally picked up his cage and blew it all the way over there in the yard. We've gathered it and brought it back over here. So that's something that we'll have to fix and I'm sure repair because things got bent and twisted up. The water line almost got snapped. It was like leaning at a 45-degree angle. We've already tested it and checked it out. Luckily, there is no leak or water coming out of there because that would just be another repair. But I guess we'll count this as a good thing because the platform, as you can see, it's been real rotted out for a while, just rotted out and warped, and you can see through it in many places, right? Like right here. And this is just a great opportunity to go ahead and repair this. So it's 6 pieces of plywood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm just going to pop off these old pieces of plywood, make sure the foundation under it is still good, and if it is, then that makes the repair even easier. Just pop down the brand new plywood, put the cage back up and together, make any repairs there that are needed, and be done with it. So that's one of the things that came out of this hurricane that some of you have mentioned in comments. You know, all of these things can be fixed and all of these things can be repaired. And some of them will end up nicer than they were before the hurricane, which Zeuss's house is an example of that. We might as well go ahead and fix it up, right? Moving on, we have Frankie's house, and you can see she's in there. Hopefully the camera is picking this up because well, here, she's about to walk out as well. Hey, Frankie. What's going on, girl? Can I show them your house? All right, here I come. So, over here in Frankie's house, you can see the wind messed up her light that was attached right there. So, I'm going to have to fix that. Easy fix. And over here, you can see she's missing her roof. So, the metal part of the roof, perfectly fine. The like plastic or PVC type of roofing that you can buy, it's great, but it's been up there for about 2 years. It gets warped, chipped, just loses its strength. So that's something that I'm going to have to fix and repair. Per usual, yes, I know the flag is backwards. But when I replace this section of the roof, I'm just going to make it metal. I originally put that up there so there will be light in here in the daytime, but it's plenty of light. Plenty of light. So another shelter that I built with the help of some of my friends, and it looks good in here. It looks really good in here. You know, just, you know, those 2 pieces of roofing, which even without the hurricane, they were going to start chipping anyway, because once again, that roofing just over time, that's what happens. So might as well get to that, right? Let's go. Leaving out of Frankie's pen, we come this way. The chickens over here and their chicken coop did amazing. No damage at all. They were closed up in there. They're good to go. The barn, wish I could say the same, but probably at about 1:30 or 2 in the morning, there was a loud boom. And we didn't know what it was, but now we do know what it was. It was the whole back section of the barn literally being sucked out and blown all the way over. And I'll show you where it landed. But I mean, it literally took wood that was attached via hurricane ties and took this whole third of the barn back here. Look at that, just ripped it right out. It's just crazy, you know? So I'm thinking, obviously it flew over, lifted over, and blew all the way into this tree. So this was up in the tree stuck, which the photo I'm showing right now shows you. We were able to get it down with a grapple thanks to our neighbor. And now it lies there. This tree was like bent over pretty far because of that, but it's already starting to recover, which I knew it would, and I'm happy about. So we wanted to try to save this because when we first moved into this house, this pine and that pine right there, we have one in the back pasture, and we have 3 pines in the front pasture. You could kind of see one right there. They were all small, like no more than 10 feet tall. So they've all clearly grown, and we want to save them. So flew over, got caught in this tree, and I mean, this is huge, y'all. Can you see this? This is huge. Just ridiculously heavy, just can't believe it flew that far. But here's the one that really was crazy to us because of how far it flew. So this is the bigger piece or bigger section of the roof that flew off the barn. So the barn's all the way over there. Keep in mind, I'm zoomed in right now, right? So it flew from over there all the way this way. It hit the house, and then it landed right there. You know, obviously a lot of dirt, debris, and the house is real dirty. Hi, Pharaoh. So you can see it ripped out all of this. I want to say this is called soffit, I believe. So we're going to have to replace and paint all of this. And then right here, you can see all along right there, more damage that we're going to have to replace and paint. It's just crazy the force of how it damaged metal. Like you can see right here, that piece of roof just totally damaged it. And then it landed right here. And this is the larger section that landed in the yard. So a lot of this metal we can't reuse, but any of these sheets from right here or over there that we could reuse, we definitely will. But we're gonna have to order some of these sheets because, I mean, a lot of it we can't reuse at all. So that's unfortunate, just due to the cost of metal and the cost of the roofing. So just something we'll figure out, and we will. I'm not worried about that. Definitely going to pressure wash the house, and obviously there's going to be parts of it that we're going to have to repaint just to get it pristine the way we like it, right? Get it looking nice. Y'all, I wish that was it, but it's not. All the branches that were right here snapped off when the metal hit the tree, and then obviously when we got it down. Will that grow back, y'all? Like, will those branches grow back eventually, or will that part of the tree just stay looking that way for a long while? Let me know in the comments below if you're familiar with pines. Hopefully we can figure out how to fix this, but this is something that I'm probably the saddest about, and I know Natalie is, because it's one of the reasons we bought this property, and it's this right here. So as you drive into our entrance and straight ahead, you go into the barn, right? One of the things we really loved were these 2 beautiful oaks. And I'm gonna try to stand here so maybe you can see what's going on here, right? So you see this one and you see that one. Do you notice anything? Look at the ground there. Does this one, and I know the camera is slightly moving, but does this one look perfectly vertical to you? What about the tree on the left? Am I crazy, or does it look like it has a lean? It's not perfectly vertical like this tree over here. It has a lean. Can you see it now? So yeah, that tree is definitely leaning to the left. Based on the direction I'm currently facing, it's leaning to the left right now a lot. So, well, I don't know if it's fair to say it's leaning a lot, but um, for one, we're obviously happy that it didn't fall over because, you know, this is one of our favorite oaks. Just a very beautiful tree, but it does have a lean to it now. So I want to figure out what I could do to like maybe help it get upright again and then support it until it, you know, is supporting itself, I guess. I don't know. My first idea was to pull from this side. So pull from this side and push from that side. So if I could get like the tractor on this side and push, and then on this side get something very heavy and winch. And obviously I know this is going to be like super duty stuff, right? Just to see if we could get it to go from that to that, all right? From that to that. So if you have any ideas, please drop that in the comments, but this is a tree that we definitely would love to save and help support so that in the next hurricane of that magnitude, hopefully not in the near future, but in the next hurricane of that magnitude, you know, it doesn't go any further to the left and hopefully never, you know, to the ground. So towards the front of the pasture here, you can see we have Coco. We have the baby calf that y'all saw born over summer. We have Pinkie Pie. We have the calf's mama, Dandy. And then all the way over there, we have Tiny. So all the cows are doing very well. They're doing good. Their pasture just has a lot of like down trees and twigs, just like everything else. You can see over there, we already have a pile going, but we still have a lot under this tree. You can see that right there. And then their feeder got destroyed. So I feel like I can fix it. You know, there's a piece of metal all the way over there, but I feel like I can fix it. I'm pretty sure, like I could fix it. It's just another one of those annoying things. So the structure itself is good. It's just the roof I'm gonna have to figure out. And I'm probably gonna get rid of those roofing pieces. I might try to save them. But if I can't, then I think I'm gonna get some of the heavy duty roofing that came off the barn and use that on the feeder next time around. And, you know, normally during the hurricanes, I put the feeder and I take it and I put it over in the shop. But I didn't make it home in time because I was off working, as y'all know. The airports closed earlier than I thought they would. And even if the airports didn't close, this is something that I don't know. If you're on social media, maybe you saw this, I don't know. But the flights were crazy. And I don't want to accuse any of the airlines of price gouging, but flights were $1,000. I saw some as expensive as $2,000. Even right after the hurricane passed, when I was trying to get home, it took me like 3-4 days just to even get home. Ticket prices were still through the roof. So I don't know, is that supply and demand or is that gouging? I'm not going to accuse anyone of anything, but it is suspicious. I will say that much. Oh, and I'm not sure how I forgot this, but at the time of filming this, we still don't have power. So we're at about day 4.5, going on day 5. of no power. That's why we have the generator, and you probably heard generators as I was walking the property, but we have our generator set up over here, right there. And it's just helping us have power to certain areas of the house, not the full house, so that we can live. So still waiting on the power to come back on, but yeah, y'all, as you can see, definitely have my work cut out for me, because y'all already know me and y'all know Natalie. We're not going to let it look like this. So we're going to get up all the branches. We're going to get up all the branches and moss and down trees and rebuild, you know, and we're going to do this as quickly as we can so that life can go on. Don't even want to think about how much it's going to cost yet, because you know how insurance is. If we wait on insurance, this stuff will be looking the same way a year from now. So I'm thinking we might have to just figure it out to get the stuff repaired or fixed in the short term, and then deal with insurance on the back end. I don't know. Still a lot that we have to think about. What I would like to do now is I would like to interview the girls about their experience with the hurricane, just for memory's sake, and see what they remember about the hurricane, and that's what I'm gonna add right now. All right, who are you?
Egypt.
Egypt what?
Brown.
And how old are you?
10.
Okay. So last week, you went through your second hurricane in less than a month. I want to say it was your third hurricane of the year, because we had Idalia, I believe. We had Helene, and now we had Milton, the biggest so far. So out of all three of those hurricanes, which one was the worst or scariest?
Milton.
Which one?
Milton.
Okay, Milton. All right, what's your name?
Sahara.
Sahara what?
Sahara Jade.
Okay, Sahara Jade. How old are you?
5.
Okay. What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
That's right. Which hurricane was the worst one?
The big one.
The big one? Do you know its name?
The hurricane.
Hurricane. Hurricane Milton?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense based on all the reports. So, what made Milton the scariest?
Just all the noises.
You said all of the noises, so what did it sound like?
It was just like sounded like things flying around. Like it sounded like pieces of roofs or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kept hearing all these booms and stuff when me and Bree were playing Uno in my room. We heard like a big boom.
Okay.
I was scared.
Yeah, but what made you scared?
The hurricane.
Tell me, what was scary about it?
It was windy.
It was raining?
No, it was windy.
It was windy? So Mom and I know that whenever it rains or storms and things like that, sometimes you get really scared, right? Or get really anxious. So did that happen during the hurricane?
Yeah.
And how did you handle that?
I went to sleep. I mean, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't sleep. I wasn't fully asleep, but I was like half asleep, half awake. So I
Okay.
could still hear everything.
Okay. Were you asleep?
Yes.
You slept the whole time?
Yes.
That'll do it. So the hurricane was bad, but you slept through the whole night.
Yeah.
Who else slept the whole night?
Nobody else.
You went to sleep by yourself during the hurricane?
Yeah.
Wow. What is your favorite thing about living in Florida?
Let me think. The heat.
What?
I like it when it's warm.
You like it when it's warm?
Well, no, I like the beaches mostly pretty.
Okay, you like the beaches, okay. You like going to the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Disney?
No.
You don't like going to Disney?
No.
That is actually such a Floridian thing to say. That's for the tourist, right? What's your least favorite thing about living in Florida?
The storms.
The storms and hurricanes? Okay, makes sense. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say or add about this hurricane season?
I mean, it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it.
Okay.
Just scary.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your experience with the hurricanes, especially Hurricane Milton. And yeah, now it's Sahara's turn. Were you scared during the hurricane?
Yeah.
Tell me why you were scared.
Because I heard noise outside.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like trees.
Make the noise. Let me hear
I don't know the noise.
it. Okay. Was Pharaoh scared?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because he was scared.
Sell everybody bye.
Bye.
There it is, y'all. This is just the damage that we have on our property. And whew, yeah, a lot to do, but you know, I don't know if I've said this already in this video. I've said it in other videos, we've said it in other posts, but you know, we are very thankful and grateful for no loss of life from this hurricane that personally or directly impacts us. We know that that's something to be very grateful for because all of these things can be replaced, so or fixed, right? So just a lot of cleanup, a lot of annoying things that we have to do. And, you know, yes, we have to, you know, do the roof on the barn and the house repairs as well. And, you know, these things are just that. They're just things. So we'll get that taken care of. And just want to thank all of you for the love, the support. You know, I don't want to forget anyone, so just want to say thank you to all our family, friends, co-workers that emailed us, texted us, called us, left messages on YouTube or Facebook or, you know, your whatever your method of reaching out to us was. Just know that we are thankful and very appreciative of you for taking the time out to do that for us. And before I end this video, I would just like to say that we have received emails of people asking if we have a GoFundMe or any other thing such as that to help assist us with what's going on. And y'all, we're not asking for help. We're not asking for support, especially in that way. All we're asking for are your prayers. You know, as I've said in previous videos, there's people that have been impacted by these hurricanes way more significantly than my family and I. And, you know, we should help those people the best we can. But for those of you that have, you know, sent us money on our PayPal or left stars or whatever it's called on YouTube, I don't even know, a sticker or a super thanks, I think. Just know that we are 100% grateful. You know, obviously that money that was sent is money that will help, but just know that we are not asking for any of that at all. Please, if you have the capability to support in the best way you can. That could be time in your local community, or if you're able to get to a place that was impacted. That could be finances if you're able to do so. That could be donations. Whatever you can to support anyone impacted, that would be our only ask. But the most powerful thing, once again, is prayer. So thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we will see you in the next one, when all this work begins,